What's up, all you cool kids? This is Daisy Collins of TsunamiRose.net, coming at you live from my craft room here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as I do Monday through Friday, bringing you junk journal content and videos. So, you guys, if you have been following my channel lately, I have been working on some new patchwork junk journals that I probably made this patchwork probably like 6 or more months ago, and they are finally being put into junk journals. So if you've been following me along, I showed you how I made the cover. I showed you how I made the inside cover. I also showed you how I cut down the pages. I mean, I just cut them down to 8 by 10. But today what we're going to do is we're going to sew these signatures into the inside cover, into this piece of fabric paper, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to glue all that into the cover right here, and it's going to become one journal. So I'm excited to get started. Before I do, though, I've already sewn in the ruffles that I like to put in my journals. So those are already here, and they are looking great. One thing I want to do before I get started is add these pockets here. These cute little pockets. I'm going to add it to this page right here on this signature. One second. I'm just going to use my sewing machine here just to sew on this side tuck almost. Yeah, it's like a side tuck. That's what we call it. Last time I said I wanted to make sure I sewed that on. I glued it in last time, and I'm like, this would look really cute if it was sewed on. So there's that one. Let's see, I'm going to put one of them per signature, so that one's done. Hi, Miss April, how are you? So I'm working right now. I did kind of do a little bit of coloring. Like this has the green thread on the cover, inside cover, and I'm also using it right now to sew the signatures in. I also used it in the ruffles just to keep a little continuity. So we did that. See, where are we going to put this? Where are we going to put this? I guess right here would be okay. Maybe we'll put the purple one here. Yes, let's put the purple one there. Okay. Second, this one I'm going to make a pocket, so I'm going to go with a straight stitch here. Make it a long straight stitch. One moment, I'm just going to sew this on. Okay. Just before I get started on sewing in the signature, I'm like, I'll do this part here. Okay, so there it is, sewn in this pocket right here. I usually don't sew pockets in, but these I figured would be fabulous. So there's that signature. We got one more to add somewhere. Let's put it on. Let's see. One moment. Guess we'll put it on this page right here. Okay. And we'll make this a tuck spot. So I'm going to need zigzag stitch, and I'm making it the biggest, widest I can. And this will just be a tuck spot here. There we go. Okay, so that'll just be a tuck spot on this page. All right, so we are all ready and set to sew in the signatures. First step is get a pencil, and we are going to draw a line down the middle of the middle page of each signature. So So we're just drawing a line so we can see it later when we're sewing. Do that to each of these pages here. Okay, third signature. And these signatures, I really tried my hardest this time to make it only 12 pages. So these are only 12 pages. So I hope I don't struggle tonight. Sometimes I do kind of struggle to sew them in. So 12 pages only. Might be 13. I don't know. Okay, so that was step 1. Step 2 is we need to find where we're going to sew our signatures into this cover here. So, hey, Miss Vanessa, how are you? It was a windy day today and yesterday, so my allergies are going crazy. Crazy. So let me get my, oh my gosh, I need my tea. Okay. So we need to figure out where we're going to put the signatures here. Let me find my little, I do my fancy butter knife. I was using it earlier. I'm going to use it. Hang on a second. I need my butter knife. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. Butter knife. Daisy, how do you know where to sew the signatures onto the journal? That is what we're doing right now. So I like to, these are 3 signatures, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half. We're going to fold the inside cover in half. And that is where our center signature is going to go. And I do like to draw it out so I can physically see where it's going to be. Okay. I put this line right here that I just folded. I put it on one of the numbers here. It doesn't really matter what number. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mark 1/2 inch to the right. Oops. 1/2 inch to the right. And then we're going to, again, draw that in. And then we are going to go 1/2 inch to the left and draw that in. And that is how we know where we're going to put our signatures. That is in the middle signature's in the middle, 1/2 inch to right, 1/2 inch to the left. Happens, and it works every time. Works every time. Okay, now we are officially ready to sew in our signature because we know where all the signatures are going to go. Okay, hang on, let me get some of my tea. I'm thirsty. Got some chai latte up in here. Up in here, up in here. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of chipboard cut to whatever size your cover is. So I have this basically permanent piece of chipboard that I use for this all the time, and it's 8.5 by 5.5 because that's the size of my cover. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to work on the left signature first, then on the right signature, and lastly, we're going to work on the middle signature. So the first signature, you want to make sure all your pages are facing the right way. I literally triple check every time I'm going to sew in a signature. There's a little nipple action in this book. So I triple double check where making sure that my papers are facing the right way. Okay, so far we are good. Okay, so what we're going to do with this, actually I need one more paper clip before I forget. You're going to need giant paper clips too. Or you can use just regular office clips. I like giant paper clips because they're fun, you know. Okay. So we get our piece of chipboard. And since this is the size of the spine, I want my pages to be right in the middle. So I want to make sure that all my pages are in the middle. I'm pulling the pages with this finger so that they are tight up against the spine. Okay. Again, making sure all the pages are in the middle of this here, where you want them to be. I glue I put some doilies in here. I glue the edge of the page with some glue stick, and I add my doily to it. That way it doesn't move around when I'm trying to sew, and also so I don't forget it, because I often forget my doilies whenever I'm making a signature all the time. It happens all the time. Okay, so again, pulling with this finger here, making sure everything is going to be up against the edge. Got my doily, my beautiful doily. Here's this page. My paper. Digis. And my last page here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I can physically see the line here. I could also fold it and I can tell that it's in the spot. Okay. So I'm going to put my pages up against the spine here, and my signature here literally fits in between these stitches. Like, it is that precise. It is that precise. So one second, let me get my tea here. Oh my gosh. Hi, Miss Patricia. So I'm going to put my signature here, like I said, in between those stitches, because it comes down to that precise of measurements when it comes to my journals. And then again, seeing this line here and here, and then seeing the line here, I can physically tell if I'm going to be centered. And if not, I can move it slightly. Okay, just slightly. And you could tell here if your pages are going to be crooked. You want to make sure they're straight here and up here. Okay. So now that we've done that, paper clip them, hold them, whatever kind of clips you have to hold your pages together. Miss Beverly, what's up, Miss Beverly? Okay. And now I'm going to get on this, I'm using, in case you need to know, I am using my sewing machine, whose name is Horchata. It is a Brothers Project Runway CE1125PRW. Got this baby at Walmart several years ago, about 3-4 years ago now. I love it. And I'm going to use a straight stitch on the longest. Well, now I'm just going to use a straight stitch, and I'm going to change the length to 3.5. And then we are going to sew. We are going to sew the signature in. Okay. Okay, here I literally always hold my breath whenever I sew any signature in. And I've made 115 journals. Okay, smoothest so far because I use 12 pages. Honestly, normally I try and do like 15 or 16 pages. And that's why it's hard. But here with 12 pages, we're good. We are good to go. Down here so you can see. And there is my first signature. And for the most part, I missed it a little bit up here. It's where it's supposed to be. And I do need to cut these strings off because they will get annoying when I glue in the signature. When I glue in this whole inside book to the cover. So again, I take these off. Okay, so we got our first signature in. I do want to hold the signature off to the side here. Let me triple check that I'm going to be going this way, making sure. Okay, this is the direction we're going. Okay, just want to make sure. I'm always afraid I'm going to put something upside down, and I have totally put in signatures upside down, glued it into the cover. I didn't even realize till afterwards. It happens. It happens. Miss Beverly is sleepy. Oh no. Okay, so here we have the set. We're going to do the third signature. I don't think we're going to have enough trouble, but usually when I did them in sequence, these last two would give me trouble. And so then I learned, why don't I just do the third one second, and then only the middle one will give me trouble. So, because it gets kind of fat right here, you know, with these pages right here, it gets kind of fat. So that one will be the problem. But right now I don't have to deal with that. So I'm going to get my piece of chipboard the size of my cover. And I start to make sure that the pages are, one, facing the right direction, and two, on the middle here of the spine. You see a little piece up here, a little piece down here. That's because these are in the middle of the spine. And, okay, that's good to me. I love some Revivums. I need to get some. I don't know if they'll be good in the heat here in Las Vegas. Hang on, let me get a sip. Oh, that tea is so good. Okay. Daisy, what size is your cover? 8.5 by 5.5 with a about 2-inch spine. See here, let's look over here. Got a little treat bag here on this one. This lady. So much easier than when I used to try and remember to put in the doilies, or when I would just put them in and they'd kind of shift. Again, that's why I learned to just put a little bit of glue stick right here and then just stick it on. And guess what? It works, and it's best. Okay, so this I'm going to put right here, the last one. Again, it fits in between my stitches. That's how tight the sizing is here. Okay. And then I drop it. And I just got to make sure my page is aligned here. Get me some clips. And then we can sew. Let's get this in here. Again, this is our third signature. We're doing that one second. And I do try and back stitch here. Again, I'm using 3.5 on the stitch length. Just regular straight stitch. Do back stitch a couple times. And that is our second signature in. Third signature, but second signature. I'm going to cut these a little bit. Just a little bit. They're a little bit too long. Okay. This is going well. This is going very well. Okay. Take these clips off, and we're pretty on the spot of where the signature is supposed to be. So that makes me feel good. Okay. Second signature in. We did it second though. Let's do the third signature here. And again, I do like to clip these down. so they're not all flopping around. Okay. Let's get all these here in order. I just chose random digitals that I already had printed, so I'm not using like a kit or nothing for these. It's just a bunch of pages and stuff from my shop. So if you're looking for printables for your junk journals, do check out my store. I'm gonna come out with more of these ephemeras that are like the right page for signature soon. So keep an eye out for that. Making sure all my pages are going the right way. None of them are upside down. Because that'll happen if you're not paying attention. It happens. It'll happen even if you are paying attention. Thank you. Isn't the map books awesome? I love map books too. Miss Zena sent me some map pages if I'm not mistaken. I haven't had much luck finding map books myself. These start looking better. Okay. So here is the second signature, and we're doing this one last. That'll be right here in the middle. This here, and again, make sure that my pages are centered and that they're on the line that they're supposed to be. Okay, let's see if using less pages will make this part easier, because I don't even know. I don't even know. Hopefully. I am kind of having to push it forward. So if you don't want to deal with this, then just make 2 signatures. Just make 2 signatures. Okay. It's doing it though. It's giving me less trouble than it usually would. So I'm going to count that as good. I'm going to count it as a good thing. Okay, so we're all in there. This one didn't go as smoothly as the other ones, but that's why I do it last, and that's why, like I said, I used to do them in sequence, and then I used to struggle with the last 2. And since I do now the first and then the last and then the middle, now I only have trouble. Oops, sorry, I touched the camera on my forehead. And now I only have trouble with the middle signature. So we're good. I think we're good. Now we're going to get all the clips off. And we have, technically we have a junk journal right here. Technically this could be a junk journal with a soft cover, I guess. I don't know. But overall, in general, we are where we're supposed to be. And you'll get better at this with time. But the way that I do it, I feel like it's very easy. But maybe because I've done it 115 times over. Okay, so now we want to glue this into the cover, right? So there's a couple things we need to do to get ready for that. I have this piece of, this is just a piece of heat and bond. I've never actually shown how I would do this. So let me show y'all. So this is a piece of heat and bond right here. So to make this is basically a protector for your pages. I literally put in all my signatures in here. It's like a little cap, right, to protect it. Could you link the paper clips? The paper clips. Yeah, I think I have a link. Let me check my links over here. Yes, here they are. Jumbo paper clips. I used to only be able to buy these on Amazon, but they actually have them everywhere now. But I'm pretty sure that listing is still reasonably priced. $9 for 30 paper clips. You might be able to find them for less at the dollar store. Sometimes they have them at the dollar store. Okay, so to make this jacket right here, which is to protect my signatures, what we're going to do is see. Oh yeah. You get a nice piece, a big piece of heat and bond, which I think you could use parchment paper too. And then we're going to wrap it around the signature like this. Okay, and you see how there's a gap here? Okay, we can fix that with another piece of heat and bond. Okay, okay. Let me find one. I never really show this part. But let me cut this piece here just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to wrap these around like this, around all the signatures. You're going to use this piece of heat and bond here in the middle because it's not big enough. And what you're going to want to do is tape this piece of heat and bond, oops, over these other pieces of heat and bond so it becomes one tube of heat and bond. Now, I didn't used to do this in the past, and I would just lay a piece of heat and bond here. I'm trying to protect my signatures from the glue I'm about to unleash onto this cover. So once you have them wrapped up around like that, then it's just like you're gonna wrap a package. Make a point right here. And then we bring it around the edge like this. And you can use this over and over and over again. I don't know how it holds on with just literally just pieces of clear tape. But I have used this piece right here like a lot of times. A lot of times. So there, we made a little jacket for our signatures just like that. Okay, so I think you can do that with parchment paper if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to label this the front so that way I know, because sometimes I need to know. And I guess, yeah, this will be the front cover. So now we need to glue this jacket on in here, right? Okay. And it also, look how it keeps the pages, the signatures up. I just love when I came up with this little idea of this jacket. It was like the best idea I ever had. Okay, so protect our surface. So I have a piece of parchment paper here that has already had plenty of layers of glue on it. But we're going to use more glue. Okay, so we're going to have to glue this jacket onto here. The only tricky part about this is getting the glue in between the stitches here. Sometimes in between the stitches it doesn't want to adhere very well. After it's all done, I will go and fix that. Like after you see me, if you've watched my channel, before I send off the journal, I always put my finger in between here, like in between the stitches, to make sure that that is on there. And if it's not, I just go in there and glue it later. So that is not the most important thing. Now I make my jackets to literally fit a 1/4 inch. It's a 1/4 inch smaller than the cover. So I want to make sure that it's nice and centered, and that makes it look really, really cute. Okay, so let's get started again. This is why I put this jacket over my journals, over my signatures. That way I don't get glue on it, because I'm about to get glue everywhere. Okay, and I'm of course using my favorite Miss Turbo Tacky Glue by Eileen's. And I didn't notice it's not Eileen's. It's actually Aileen's. I thought it was Eileen, but it's not. It's Aileen, which is weird. But anyways, let's get the glue all over here. All over her like that. You want a nice, generous amount of glue. And then you want some glue here on the edge, or on the spine part. Okay. So then, trying to get to my silicone brushes. Where are they? Where are they? Oh, I really gotta clean up this tool cart of mine. Okay, one second. Let me get all this extra glue off of here. I should have gotten the baby wipes. Oh my gosh. Hang on, you guys. I gotta get baby wipes because I can't live like this with all this glue everywhere. Okay, so that's why I love my little silicone brush. It really helps me out to be able to tell where everything is. And to be able to push the glue to where I need it to be, I should say. That's what I should have said. Ooh, got some glue in here. Okay, we'll live. We will live. And then I got glue on myself again. Hang on, y'all. I'm getting glue everywhere. This is a mess. Okay. Are getting glue all over here, and that's what matters. You can try and go in between the stitches here, but that might be a problem for future me. Okay. Try to smooth this glue out here. Whatever this glue is doing, I guess it's going to be there. Okay. So now we got it nice and messy. Now we can try and place it down. And do my best to get it right where it's supposed to be. Okay. 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 I think we're good here. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so now you want to make sure you have your butter knife handy. And you want to make sure you press up against the signature right here. I find this part right here likes to lift. And then you want to make sure and press down all over the edges. All over. You want to make sure that everything makes contact. Again, like I said, especially right next to the signatures, right along the what's the gusset right here? I'm gonna call it gusset. I think that's right. Make sure you press down everywhere. You're pressing everywhere. Okay, let me go get my baby wipes 1 second. Okay. Baby wipes to my rescue. I cannot stand the feeling of glue on my hands. So let me just use this one. And this is kind of ridiculous because I'm about to get more glue on here. But okay, anyways. Making sure everything makes nice, good contact. Edges. Okay. Now we're going to do the spine. Actually do the spine plus all of this right here. And I'm a little extra, so I'm actually going to put in this piece right here because I didn't like how the glue was gooping down there. So I'm going to put even more protection here. I don't want any glue on the cover where it's not supposed to be. So we're going to layer up the protection here. I want to make sure I get the glue in right here in between the spine. It's kind of tricky because my bottle's a little wide. We got to get the spine. This part right here too. Thank you, Miss Patricia. We're going to put glue all over here. That. That's too much glue. I know that now. Okay, so let's spread it. Okay. Make sure it spreads right here. Nicely. Again, in between here, in between the actual spine and the book. And make sure you spread that glue out. On the spine, spread it out. The spine is going to need more glue. I already need a new glue bottle. How many glue bottles have I gone through this project? I think 2. About 2 glue bottles, I'm going to say. Try and get the glue in between the little stitches right here. That. Here. Okay. I think that we are ready to glue it, to put it in place. Okay, so let's move. And just make sure to stretch it. Just a little bit of a stretch there. I feel like it could probably be a little bit up higher. Okay. Maybe wipe myself again. Baby wipe action. Okay. Butter knife. And again, we're going to go in here next to the signature. We're going to make sure to get all the edges down. Especially next to the signature. Do that a couple of times. Right here, the little gutter, whatever this thing is called. Okay, so I do put in metal corners, but that'll come later. But now you see the book is all put together now. Oh, last thing you need to do is make sure that you also, with your butter knife, go in between the signatures. That's also an important step. If not, you might get this gap. There'll be a gap in between your signatures sometimes if you don't do this. Thank you, Miss Patricia. Let me get the glue off my fingers. Okay, so in between the signatures, here's another one. Make sure I press down on it so I can get the glue out of here, the extra glue. Okay, so now that we did that, I need actual paper clips. And my regular paper clips. Whew, that was a big piece of glue. Okay, my regular paper clips are going to go next to each signature and in between the signatures. Because I have found, that the fabric right here next to each signature likes to lift up. So to keep that down, to physically keep that from happening, I use paper clips in between the signatures so that that doesn't lift up. And this pretty much fixes the problem. I prefer the bigger paper clips. Okay, so next to each signature now. You can put the jacket back on. You can put this back on, or you could just put something heavy on each side of the signatures so that it dries with support and not leaning off to one side. So you definitely want this to dry with the signature standing up if you can. So put something next to each side of the signature there. How did one journal take me 40 minutes? But I guess that is about right. That took me 40 minutes, y'all. Sometimes I'm surprised how long it takes to make these. But you know what? That's the fun part. It's a good waste of time, you know? Anything you enjoy is not a waste of time. Well, it's a good waste of time. Let's just say that. It's a fun way to spend your time. Okay, so there you can see I got the signature, the paper clips on either side of the signatures. Again, just so that the paper, the inside cover there doesn't lift off, because sometimes it wants to lift off right there because of the weight of the signatures. So I'm going to let this dry flat overnight. Let me put this, I'm going to put the jacket back on actually. Yes, again, you can use this jacket once you make it once. You can use it over and over and over again. I think you can make it out of parchment paper. And it might rip on you, but you can just keep using it. That is the miracle of these things. I think I made two, and those are the, and if it rips like this, then you can just literally tape it. And it's usually not this difficult to get. No, it is. It is usually difficult. Fine, I'll just put something heavy on each side. One second, I got my iron on one side and my coffee creamer on the other. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so let me do one more. And let me do one more. That'll be another 40 minutes. One moment. Let me get some tea. That was a lot of wrestling I just did. Okay, so starting over with another one. I think I'm done with this glue bottle. I think this glue bottle is done. Let me get everything, all this glue stuff off to the side. So I'm not going to glue it right now. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is the blue one. Hi, Miss Jen. How are you, girlfriend? Next one I'm going to do is the blue one. You'll find that your cover might bend throughout this process. You have to just bend it to where you want it to be, basically. Sometimes it'll like dip in the middle. You have to press down in the middle. It'll do the same thing when you put the inside cover. So until you put the inside cover in, it's going to try and bend, and then you'll be fine. They don't actually bend when you're done. Okay, so let me load up the right thread. Not that it really matters, but I'm using blue with this one. So let me load that thread up. Hot tea and coffee dying. It was actually really nice today. It was like 75 degrees all day. It was wonderful. I don't know where it came out of, but it's supposed to be cold tomorrow too. So I'm like, tea sounds good to me. Miss Azina, how are you, Miss Azina? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we are doing the blue thread. So let me get that out. And I have glue all over myself now again. Baby white makes it all right. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we continue. Let's get the blue thread loaded up here. How is everybody today? This is pretty much room temperature. It is not hot anymore. It hasn't been hot for like 10 minutes. It's just my little chai latte. The chai latte tastes good cold too, so either way, it's gonna be good. Okay. Okay, let me do, before I forget, I want to put the I'm gonna put the handkerchief printables on one page per signature here. So let's see where we're gonna do this one. See, this page is upside down, not cool. Was it you, Zena, that sent me these pages? I want to say it was you. I want to say I remember, but I don't remember. But I want to say that I do. Where's this gonna go? On here? Maybe on here? Miss Zena is tired. She's never tired at this time of the day. She is tired today. This would be cute right here. Let's do that. I'm just gonna, I got straight stitch loaded up here. And oops. I got straight stitch on. Let's just sew this on here on this corner. It's gonna look so cute. Oh, I think I did send some atlas pages. Yes. You just went. You went to North Carolina. Ooh. That does sound daunting, Zena. Hi, Miss Judy. How are you? Was it fun, though? Was it fun? Was it a fun trip? Okay, so we got a pocket here now on this page. That looks so cute. I love it. Okay, so there's one signature. Let's see where this one's going to go. Oh, I love this one. This one's adorable. Went to see the Bit More Estate Girl. It was nice. Ooh. That sounds fancy. Very fancy. This signature's upside down. Okay. Where are we going to put this doily here? This doily pocket. There's man nipple action on this book. The last book it was lady nipples. Now it's dude nipples. Okay, let's see. This one. No, this might be cuter on this side right here. Okay, let's do that on that page then. I got lots of pick for junk journal inspirations and ditties. Awesome. Sounds, I want to go see West Virginia. West Virginia is on my bucket list. Again, I play a video game and everything is based in West Virginia. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't care about West Virginia. But the video game I play is all about West Virginia. Okay, so this signature is done now. It's got the pocket. I love it. That looks so cute. Okay. The last signature, I gotta put a pocket. Didn't have to wear a mask. It felt free. Girl, I have not been wearing a mask anywhere. If they don't require it, I'm saying I'm fully vaccinated. So they said I could take it off. I'm gonna take it off. So I just have not. I'm so over it. I have collaborated this whole time. I am officially over it, though. I'm officially over it. So I hope y'all have your vaccine. If not, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think I got too far from where I wanted to be. Oh well. It's okay. It's okay. Caught it and survived, no problem. I haven't caught it and I don't want to catch it. I'm good. I don't want to be sick. Even if it's mild, even if it's only for a couple of days, I am not a good sick person. I am an annoying sick person. I don't want to have it. Okay. So that is done. And that is done. And that is done. Okay, so let's figure out where our signatures are supposed to go. First step though, we need to get a pencil. And we need to draw a line down the middle of the signature. Like that. Of each signature. I went to a neighborhood park tonight and no masks if we were all vaccinated. Yes, I had family coming from San Francisco on Saturday. And they all had their masks on, but when they came in, I told them, I'm like, oh, we're all vaccinated here. We're all fully vaccinated. So, and I honestly, like I said, I have been a team player. I have been at home. I have not gone out on vacation anywhere. I stayed at home literally 99.9% of the time. I am back. I'm not that I was really that adventurous before, but I'm done. I'm ready to go out and live my life again. Okay, so let's find out where we're going to put the middle of these where we're going to put all these signatures. Just the flowers go this way, right? Yes. Okay, so this is going to be the left side. Okay, whatever. Let's fold this in half. Fold it in half, and that's where our middle signature is going to go. So I'm going to just put it on a number here. It doesn't matter what number. And then I'm going to physically draw a line where it's supposed to be here with my pencil. Okay, most importantly, I'm going to make sure this edge line right here is pretty prominent. And then what we're going to do is we're going to measure 1/2 inch to the right. And that's where our third signature is going to go. And then 1/2 inch to the left. And that's where our first signature is going to go. There we go. Okay, so that is what we're going to do there. If you only want to do 2 signatures, you can measure, like I said, fold it in half, and you got the middle of the signature. And then you can make the marking 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch to the right, and 1/2 inch to the left. And that's where your signatures are going to go. So they're 1/2 inch apart. I like to have my signatures 1/2 inch apart. Okay, so we got this, we got that. Let's sew it in. Let's sew in our signature. Gonna need a piece of chipboard. This is just, obviously, it's a cereal box. And I have this little thing on it so I can pull it right out of my filing cabinet where I keep my chipboard pieces. And this is the size of my cover. So whatever size cover you're using, that is going to be the size that you're going to make this chipboard piece here. So this is 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to take our first signature. And we are going to make sure the pages are going the right way. And we are going to put our signatures in between this piece of chipboard right here, where it's perfectly even in the middle. Okay, like this. Little man nipple action there for y'all. For y'all entertainment. Okay. One of my other journals has lady nipple, and this one has man nipple. Okay, so we are good here. My little doily, my little handkerchief, I should say. I have 12 pages on here now. Today, I really said 12 pages only, Daisy, because normally I end up with about 16 pages. And then I'm kind of struggling through sewing in my signatures. And I do glue my doilies to the edge of the paper with a little bit of glue sticks. So that way they're not moving around when I'm trying to sew in the signature. Okay, now that we got all our pages here. I think that's my husband because his music is loud. Okay, so now that we got this is our first signature. I'm going to line it up right here where the line is that I made. And my signatures are designed so that they fit literally in between the stitches. Yes, I know your dad's here. Literally in between the stitches there. That's where the signature is meant to go. So make sure it's right on the spine where it's supposed to be. And then we're going to drop it. And I can, again, physically see where I'm putting in the signature so that it's right where it's supposed to be. And then, yes, Poo-Poo, he gets excited when his dad comes home. His dad's about to come in through the door. Let's make sure. Get a giant paper clip here off to the side. You can use whatever clips you have at home. If you have binder clips, you can use those. I just like the big clips. They just look adorable. Okay, so let's do a straight stitch. I'm using zigzag. I was gonna say zigzag stitch. I'm using straight stitch. The length is 3.5. What's up, babe? And I'm just gonna go ahead and this signature, the first signature goes in so easily. It's that middle signature that's going to give me trouble. But since I'm using 12 pages instead of like 16, it's a little bit easier. Okay. So there we go. We sewed in our signature here. Get my little scissors here. Cut off the excess thread. I don't need that at all. It's just going to get in my way. Okay. So first signature down. I love your patchwork with that black edit here. Isn't it beautiful? This is the scam. That's the scam, but the patchwork I did purposely try and fit the black here and there. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing. Okay, so that's our first signature. I'm going to clip this signature off to the side here. Boo boo, is that your fascia, boo boo? That's your fascia, boo boo? He goes crazy when his dad comes home. If his dad has been gone for a couple hours, he will go nuts. What's up, Bubbles? This cat really loves his fascia. What's up, Bubbles? Okay, so now we're going to do our third signature, which we're actually going to do second. Yeah, let's do it. So again, we're gonna put the pages around this piece of chipboard here. Try and make it center it on the chipboard here. Oh, Miss Jude, she's here, Miss Jude. I'm gonna put your journals tomorrow in the mailbox tomorrow. Hi, Miss Jude. I'm so happy you're here. Mwah. He ate dry food right before I was going to feed him some wet food, so I don't even know. I don't even know what to do with him. This right here. His dad is here, and his dad has been gone for more than 20 minutes, so he's freaking out. He loves his dad. That's how he would greet him that's how he'd greet my husband every time my husband came home from work. This cat would be meow, 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 going crazy. As soon as he hears my husband's car, our car. Isn't that silly? Like, as soon as he hears our car pulling up in the driveway, he goes crazy. And he knows what car. He's so funny. He knows the sound of the alarm. He'll start freaking out. And I'm all finished with these. I'm so sad I'm done with these 12-inch doilies. They were so beautiful. Those are from Michael's a long time ago. And I finally finished them. Okay, so again, we're going to place our signature here in the middle of the stitches. Making sure it places in the middle. Okay, we're good. Okay. So now we need our paper clips. Okay, so let's get to sewing. My Inky, he can hear him, Daisy, and meowing back. That is silly. That is so silly. I think I forgot to backstitch in the beginning. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, are looking for it. Mine are looking for yours. That cat is loud. This cat is a pretty loud cat when he wants to be. Boo. Right now he's like, whatever. Okay. So second signature is in. We are in the first and the second, the third signature. And for the most part, yeah, they're where they're supposed to be. This one kind of went off a little bit, but that's okay. It's okay. It's fine. So now let's do the last and most troublesome signature, which is the middle signature. Oh no, my chai latte is done. My chai. Okay. So, middle signature, huh? Okay. This is the toughest one. This is the one. But we'll get through it. And as long as you, like I said, 12 pages, you have to learn the limits of your sewing machine. So you can test your sewing machine, start with about 10 pages, I would say. Like I said, I put in about 12, maybe. Okay, sometimes 15, 16. This right here is straight up 12 pages. I made sure it was only 12. Very hard for me to do. Very hard for me to do. But I did it. And there's only 12. Oop, that came off. The bond is very, very weak, so it would come off. It's literally the smallest amount of glue that is holding it in place. And I decided to try and open it. Hello. Bad idea, hello. Okay. Dyeing paper is work. Yeah, it is. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't dye paper anymore, because it's just too much work. It's just too much. I used to do all coffee dyed paper all the time. That used to be my jazz. And then I decided, let me skip a couple. Let me just skip a couple. Hi, Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia Ann. How cute. I love your name so much. Okay, last signature. The troublemaker here. The real troublemaker right here. Let's get it here in the middle. Making sure we're in the middle. Okay. Why am I having trouble clipping this on here? I have some paper clips that are already more wide than the other ones. So maybe that's why. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, let's sew this in. Again, this one might be the trouble. This one's the one that I have to like push through a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. It's the one right here, the struggle. You can hear the struggle. Okay, we're good. We're done. That's all she wrote. That's all. That is all. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That went pretty smooth considering everything. I never use my sewing machine to sew in signature, so glad to see this part of your video. I've needed help understanding signatures. Thanks, Stacy. Yes, I'm glad y'all are here seeing this. And if you missed some of it, watch the video again. I did this 2 times. This is the second one I do here. And I still have other ones to do, but I'll work on those over the weekend. And then on Monday, we'll be ready to decorate. I'm honestly surprised my attention span has been this good. Okay. Okay, that center signature, right where it's supposed to be, no problems. Okay, and now we have our signatures sewed into our inside cover, 1/2 inch apart. Like I said, if you only want to do like 2 signatures, what you would do is fold it in half, find the middle, and then from the middle, mark 1/4 inch to the right, 1/4 inch to the left, and then you have 1/2 inch in the middle. And you can do 2 signatures. But I kind of found it easier to do 3. Because I could just fold it in half, 1/2 inch to the right, 1/2 inch to the left. But anyways, let's glue this into the cover. Let's get this done. We are done with this with the sewing machine. Now comes my favorite part, glue. Glue everywhere, just my favorite part. Okay. In the last video, I showed y'all how to make, well, not in the last video. Last time I did the other book that I did first, I showed y'all how to make this like little jacket for your signature. So you can go back and watch that. And the good thing about this jacket is you can reuse it and reuse it. And I basically put in all my signatures in here into like this little, I don't even know what to call it. I call it a jacket. And I think you can make this out of parchment paper if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going to fix this part right here because it wanted to come undone. Okay. So now that we got the glue. Is that the front? Yeah, I think that's it. Hang on, is that the front? I just need confirmation. See, this is something I struggle with. I want to make sure I put it in the right way, and I want to make sure this is the front. This is how we're working. So I always panic when I feel like I messed up on that. I always have a little bit of panic moment. And it happens every time at this point right here where I put the jacket on and I'm like, wait a minute, did I do that the right way? And I did. We're good. Let's slide all the signatures back into the little jacket here. Okay. And now, let's see what side is going to be the front here. I guess I like this side better. Yeah, I like it a little bit better. Okay. So this is how we're going to glue this in here. Make sure that's glued. Yeah, that's the right color. Okay, we're good. We are good. Okay, so now we need to glue this in here. So let me get a new glue bottle because this glue bottle is empty, like empty. This one is done. Like it's done. So I'm gonna grab another bottle. That one also has new glue. All these glue bottles here that I have are like nearly empty. Like 99% empty. Okay, hang on, let me grab a new one. Okay. Miss Tanya says I'm in love with these journals. Hey, thank you, darling. Daisy, your journals always look nice. Thank you. Y'all are too kind. Y'all are too kind. So this is going to be my wide. I don't know if you can see it anymore. It says wide on the cap. Well, it used to. So that means I have to cut this kind of down low for it to be my wide cap. I don't know if that's wide enough. We'll see right now. Oh, yeah. I need to obsess about the glue. So I am going to add another piece of heat and bond under here because sometimes glue likes to drip off. So anyways, let's get the glue on here. And these stitches kind of become a problem in the gluing process, but I try not to worry about it so much. I do try to put significant amount of glue in between the stitches here. But also before I send off any junk journal, I will make sure that all my book is all constructed properly. If it needs more glue, I will add more glue. I stick my finger in between the inside cover and the outside cover to make sure it's not coming off. That is like one of my quality checks before I send off any journal. Make sure all the glue is on here. Make sure there's plenty of glue. And I'm also going to, you like the labels? Ooh, okay. I'll send you some cutout ones with your package tomorrow. Because you are too nice. You've been too nice to me. So you know what? I'll send them out to you, Miss Jude. I will scan and cut them out for you because you are awesome. Okay. So now the cover is designed to be literally a 1/4 inch smaller than the actual cover. So that is all the space I have to make it right. Okay. So now that the cover's on like this, I get my butter knife. And it's very important to get it up against, to make sure that your paper, everything is adhered nicely up against the signature. And this little gutter piece right here too has to be nice and adhered. Go over the edge, make sure the edges of this are nice and adhered. And this is what I'm talking about. Before I send off any journal, I get my nail and I go in between here and I make sure that that is down. If it's not, I'll add more glue. So for right now, I'm just going to try and press down as good as I can. And we'll come back later to it and try and put it better if we can. Your journals never peel up. My other one from 2 years ago is still intact perfectly, so no worries. I always worry, Jude. I'm not going to lie. I always worry. Because I don't charge, you know, my journals are not the cheapest. So I try and make sure and give you some good stuff, some really good stuff, you know. Press up against here again. Press everything here. You want everything to be nice and adhered. Okay. So now we are going to work on the spine and this page right here. So let me get this piece of. That piece has glue on it, so once I go find something that doesn't have glue on it. This is just a piece of paper, that's fine. That'll work for now. Okay. So let's get glue on our spine here. Right here on the crack in between the spine and the book. Make sure we get a nice amount of glue right here. Get the glue on the actual spine. Right here on the edge. Make sure we're good. Plenty of glue. Oh, you're so... She says she's rough on her journals. She takes them out to the bush. I love that. Make sure we get our glue here. And I love this glue so much. I love this glue. I would use this glue for my embellishments. I would use this glue to glue stuff to pages. This is like my go-to glue. Miss Turbo Tacky Glue by Aleene's. It's the one glue that I need. And I can get it at Walmart. You can get it on Amazon, but I can get it at Walmart if it's an emergency. So I need this glue in my life. I'm really glad. And I used the regular tacky glue for a number of years until I came out with this turbo tacky glue. And then I was all about the turbo tacky glue. Get the glue here in between the stitches. Okay. In my nature walks or fish hunting, you would crack up where those journals go with me. Oh my goodness, they go on adventures. It's awesome. That is awesome, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I'm pulling the fabric here so it stretches all the way out to the edge. I'm getting a nice baby wipe. Clean up my hands, clean up my hands, clean off my hands. Okay. So now that we have it all glued, again, we're going to go with our butter knife, go up against the signatures here. Very important that you do this part right here. Get the glue in the gutter here. Press down the edges here. They have some nice adhesion. Just like that all over here. Make sure all this makes good adhesion. Okay, so there we go. We're nice and glued down, I believe. Okay, last step we need to do, take it out of the little jacket here. She's safe now. And what we're gonna do is go in between the signatures. You can squeeze out some glue. Squeeze out some of the glue here. Sometimes this right here will not make good adhesion because it's kind of floating because of the signatures. Let's go in between this other signature right here. There we go. Glue off of here. It just keeps everything protected, Judy. I didn't used to do it, but I love it. I kind of love it. So now you do want your signatures to dry, or you want the jacket to dry with the signatures up like this right here, right? So you can either put a big paper clip like this, or you can just put something to stand on each side of the signature. Maybe I can put them this way. That might be easier, like that. Last step is to paper clip down next to the signatures, because sometimes the jacket right here, the inside cover here, wants to lift off. Again, because of the signature. So I put a little paper clip in between each signature and next to the end signatures here too. We're going to do this other side. You see how it wants to lift up? So we are going to prevent that with these paper clips. Here and then one here. And then one here. And that's it. I'm going to let this dry flat like this. Like I said, you could support it by clipping them together. It kind of already gives it the support, or you could just put something on each side here so it doesn't move around. And I do let this dry overnight. I do end up putting metal corners on that, but anyways, I do, like I said, let this dry overnight. So you might see me come live on Saturday or Sunday, or you might not. I don't know. But I will get the rest of these journals done so that by Monday we are back and ready to decorate. But I did want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week while I worked on these journals. This is probably the fastest I've ever gotten them done and the most attention span that I've had for them. Normally, I would have done a project in between or took a day off to embellish, but I really wanted to get these done. So you guys, thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me this week. I really appreciate y'all's conversation and companionship here on my channel. If you are in the market for junk journal printables, please do check out my shop. I have almost 1,000 junk journal printables available, and they're all $2.50. So thank y'all so much for the support. I really appreciate it, and I will see y'all back on Monday if I don't go live this weekend. If I do go live this weekend, then I'll see you this weekend. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. You guys have a good day, and I will see y'all Monday. Bye.